So Ofcom complains after GB News guest likened an Olympian's child rape to holiday romance. I'm going to read into this more from this exclusive from iNews, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an exclusive from iNews with the headline of Ofcom complaints after GB News guest likened an Olympian's child rape to holiday romance. So Ofcom is assessing complaints over a GB News discussion accused of victim blaming a 12-year-old girl who was raped by the Dutch Olympic volleyball player Steven van der Velde. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share us across social media so others are notified of this video. So let me give some context for people so those who don't understand this story. So this is Dutch Olympian volleyball player Steven van Velde, who admitted 3 counts of rape against a 12-year-old girl. So he admitted rape and he faced jail time for this, and he has done his time and he has basically moved on with his life. And here he is, obviously representing Netherlands, the Dutch, at the Olympics, and despite the fact that he's a child rapist and he has been convicted and he has done his time for it in the Netherlands. Now, obviously and understandably so, I don't think it's appropriate for someone who let's see, how can I put this? I don't think it's right that he should be represented at the Olympics, if I'm absolutely honest, given that he has been convicted and he's done his crime on this. Some people may argue that he has done his time and he should be allowed to live his life and do whatever he wants. And yes, but I don't think it should be something that should be highlighted, especially in the media spotlight, because regardless of whatever Steven van der Velde, if I mispronounce his name, I do apologise. If it doesn't matter what he does, I don't think he should be doing something so publicly. I do believe in people having second chances, but we're talking about rape here, guys. Something is absolutely abhorrent. Now, obviously, turning something like this into any kind of victimhood or blamingness is obviously outrageous and wrong as well, and that's exactly what the person that on this GB News discussion was doing. They were the lady in question who's gotten the Ofcom complaints tried to spin this tried to do a bit of victim blaming on the 12-year-old girl, because obviously that because he's now moved on with this. He was booed, he was called things, names and whatnot at the Olympics. And to be honest, if I say this, I say that I really don't understand. Why did the Dutch think that having him on having him being a part of the Olympics was going to be a good idea? Did they not know that it was going to stir controversy? Now, obviously, some people maybe listening to this may have better context, and please feel free to add more context about this down in the comments below. But did anyone not think that something that bringing a convicted child rapist into the Olympics was not going to draw up some unnecessary attention? This is the thing that really bothers me. I'm not comfortable about this. I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think he should be anywhere near the Olympics because of it. Yes, he's done the crime and whatnot, but you know, he's a convicted child rapist. Like, what more do you need to state on that? It's just really just, it just doesn't sit right with me, guys. It doesn't sit right with me, and I think the Netherlands are wrong to have him represent them. I think it's wrong, me personally. So let's read more into this. So Ofcom is assessing complaints over a GB News discussion in which a guest likened the rape of a 12-year-old girl by a Dutch Olympic athlete to a very inappropriate holiday romance. What a stupid comment. The comments are made by broadcaster and writer Emma Wolf about a convicted child rapist Stephen van der Velde, who made his Olympic beach volleyball debut in Paris, prompted outrage on social media. Van der Velde was sentenced to 4 years in prison in 2016 after admitting 3 counts of rape against a 12-year-old British girl when he was 19. Speaking on GB News at mid-morning Britain's newsroom show, Mrs. Wolf said, "I know 12-year-olds who are sassy and act like they're 16-year-old girls." What are you implying with that comment? She likened the rape to a very inappropriate holiday romance thing, saying it's really hard when you make a mistake, you're never allowed to be forgiven. He was 19 years old when he did it. He wasn't that stupid. And to call it a mistake when you have scarred that girl's life with what he done. Outrageous comments. Performing at the Olympics when Van der Velde has faced boos must be a deeply uncomfortable experience for him. Oh yeah, it must be a deeply uncomfortable experience for him. Let's not talk about the uncomfortable experience that 12-year-old British girl went through either. Let's not talk about her. Mrs. Wolf suggested that he had turned his life around since the conviction, she said. She added that she thought the Olympian calling the Olympian a child racist was a bit strong and not language she would use to describe him. Well, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, that's what he is. And people are entitled to express their opinions and feelings at events. Freedom of speech. I thought, yeah, people on GB News like it, freedom of speech, Ms. Wolf also said the rape was wrong and Van der Velde was rightly convicted. The regulator at GB News guest was accused of victim blaming when the exchange was shared on social media. That's exactly how it comes across. Marvivia Nolarivia, the former tennis champion, wrote on X, "Representing your country is an honour, not a right. This man dishonours his country and dishonoured the whole ideal of being someone for kids to look up to. And Emma is trying to blame the 12-year-old girl for the rape. Absolutely deplorable." Exactly. That's why I think it's wrong. This is exactly why I think it's wrong for the Dutch to have allowed him to represent them. The full clip of the discussion shows Miss Wolf adding, "If I was judged for everything I did between the age of 12 and 19, I'd probably be in prison for something serious." Do you know what we're talking about here? Does she have any idea what's being talked about here? We're talking about a convicted child rapist here. Ofcom confirmed they have received complaints over the discussion broadcast on Monday. Spokesman has said, "We are assessing complaints against the broadcasting rules before deciding whether or not to investigate. The regulator will assess whether the comments could cause harm and offence to viewers by appearing to minimise acts of sexual violence. The daytime broadcast when children could be watched during the school holiday may aggravate any events." The regulator will also take into account whether other presenters challenged Miss Wolf, who was reminded on air that the girl was only 12 at the time. Paula Radcliffe had previously apologised for wishing good luck to Van der Velde before he competed for the Netherlands in Paris. Yeah, you should not have said that. The BBC pundit and 4-time Olympian has suggested the beach volleyball player should not be punished twice after being convicted for raping the girl when he was 19. The possible new investigation comes after Ofcom said it considered a statutory sanctions against GB News after the channel was found to have broken due impartiality rules. The broadcast regulator found GB News in breach of its rules 12 times since it was launched in 2021, and there are 6 other investigations still pending. A fairness and privacy complaint against former presenter Dan Wilkin was this week discontinued, Ofcom has said. GB News did not respond to a request for comment. No, I imagine they would not respond to a request for comment. As for her comments herself, were absolutely outrageous in my opinion. I hope they don't bring her back on anytime soon. Just unnecessary comments whatsoever. As for the volleyball player Stephen van der Velde, I'm sorry, but he should not be representing. He should not. As it was pointed out on someone mentioned on X there, being representing your country is considered an honour, and Olympians and athletes should be people that they look up to. And he's a convicted child rapist. That is the reality. He is a convicted child rapist, and he should not be representing the Netherlands in any way, shape, or form. And I really am, I'm someone who does believe in people having second chances. I do. But you should not be after being convicted of a crime like this, as horrifying as this, you should not be allowed to represent your country. You really should not. You're scarred for the rest of your life for what you have done. And yes, he should be allowed to live his life free and move on from that, because he has paid his time and dues for that. But he should not be highlighted on national television. He should not be highlighted in sporting events. He should not be visible anywhere near the public limelight. That's the reality. He should be completely off the public limelight. And he's been highlighted here because he's representing the Netherlands at the Olympics, in which, in my view, he should not be representing them at all. He should not be anywhere near such an event. I'm sorry, I know some people may disagree, but I don't think it's right. Yes, again, like I said, people deserve second chances, really do. But not on this, guys. Not on this. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of this whole story? What do you guys make of the Ofcom complaint? What do you guys make of Steven van der Velde representing the Netherlands at the Olympics? Let me know your thoughts and more about all this in the comments section down below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. Greatly appreciate it. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video. And subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p. Or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.